So on Samsung, I don't know what, but you should still have Microsoft Word, I bet.
Yeah, I have the newest one.
Yeah. So I bet if you have Microsoft Word, you have these tools.
Yeah, I have a demo.
So we're going to go through and I'm going to try to do the same technique. I'm going to wait till everybody's looking up at the screen. And I'm going to use a rectangle. And I'm going to do a simple translation on a rectangle. Even though there's more complicated tessellations, we want to start something basic. The goal of this demonstration is just to show you some of the tools. Then you could go home and practice them. So like you could take a shape, and if I click on shapes, you're going to just pick this tool and it's a rectangle. And just make a rectangle. Now, the default on my computer is to make that rectangle full, and I want to make sure that I empty it, so I say no fill. And then I also like the shape outline to be like I like it, yeah, and I also like it a little thinner because if it's a thinner weight, I can be more accurate. It just allows me to be more accurate. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do while I do this is I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see it better, and I can be a little more careful.
Whoa.
So I've got this rectangle now, and I'm going to do the same concept. I'm going to make a translation tessellation. So I go to insert again, and I go to shapes again, but this time I would like you to try, when you try this, to practice with the curve tool. See how when I stay on it, pass over the tools, it says the name of them? Did you see that was the curve tool? Where this is not the curve tool? We want the curve tool. Curve tool is really neat. So I'm going to click on that. I've selected it. Remember when you do beginning tessellations, you want to go corner to corner. So I'm going to go right on the corner, like a target, like a bullseye. Try to get that as centered as possible, and click. See, now I'm not holding the mouse at all, but I've clicked. So watch what happens when I do hold the mouse and move it. It's like I've attached anchor to string. But it's the curve tool. That doesn't really look like a curve, but watch what happens when I click. Now I'm going to click. Once I click, that's a turning point. So I'm not holding the mouse again, but when I do hold the mouse, like now, I've got another anchor point. It's stuck in two places. So maybe I'm going to click here and swing down here, click here and swing up here, and I'm going to do a little click, click, and my final click, to make it stop, you have to double click. Okay? So then, that's my edge. It's my new edge. To copy this, you could do, edit copy. I know you guys do that. I use the keystroke. So on a PC, if you just hold down the control key, look what happens when I go by my little line. Do you see that addition sign?
Yeah.
If I now click, that means I'm going to copy it. And drag, I'm sliding it right down. So for me, that's quicker than going to File, Copy. But you could do copy. Okay? So I've got two parts done. Now I could go to Insert and pick up the Curve tool again. But the second thing I want you to practice with is this tool, which is called Freeform. These are really the tools that make this the best product. You can try other things, but I think you're going to find that these are the most helpful.
I thought it did Mr. Holmes.
So when I do click on Freeform, it works like the curve tool, but it's edges instead of curves. So again, I'm going to go corner to corner. So right here, click, but I'm going to, say you wanted to do part straight. You could click there, but I'm going to go out and do like this. Click. So I can click here, and
Is it allowed to touch that line?
it can touch, but it can't overlap. So it's going to be a little bit of a problem, right?
Yeah.
So I double click, and I see that I don't want this quite like that, so I just delete it, and I try again. So I go to Insert, and I go to Shapes. I pick the Freeform tool. Try again. Try to get corner to corner.
Try to go straight and then go inside.
Yeah. I could go straight if I want it.
And then you go inside.
I could go inside. I could do both. I could click, I could go inside, I could go outside,
That would be a really cool shape.
and I could see if it's going to work.
It looks like it's gonna work.
So I'm going to double click. So then remember, I can hold that control down, and when I hold the control down, do you see the addition sign?
Yeah.
So I'm going to click and drag over here.
It looks like
I
a
don't
bag.
have any overlaps, so I think I'm in good shape.
It looks like a bag.
Well, I kind of see like sort of
I see a bird.
a bird. You could.
I see a person with a huge nose.
I know. Here's the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's lots of things. So then at this point, remember, you want to do, at this point you want to do a file save, and you want to save it as just your shape. So I would say Carews translation shape. Well, it's not a tessellation yet, right? So I save that, and now I'm going to do a save as. And I'm going to say Carews translation tessellation.
Oh, you didn't put a space.
That's okay. So it's my file. I'll be able to find it. And I have two files, so now I can get rid of the rectangle. But remember, one has the rectangle, one doesn't. So now I'm going to group all the shapes. So there's different ways to group. So I like to use the shift key. If I've held down the shift key and I click on this, so now when I hold the shift key down and I click on 2, and then I click on 3, and then I click on the 4th, and then I could just do a right click. Oh, usually lets me group.
It's down there.
Where is it? Oh, right there. And I can group. Okay? So now it's all one piece. And then I can do I can see, for example, I can kind of play around with this. I'm going to view and zoom out a little bit, go back to 100%, and think about what I want to do. It looks,
That looks like a guy. It looks like a ninja. It looks like
or you guys, you could make it like somebody just like
It's a ninja upside down.
we saw kind of a bird, like a road runner going this way. So here's the okay. So let's go.
Ninja. I like to see a perfect bird.
Let's go with this.
Guys screaming.
A guy screaming right here. I like that. Okay. So what you can do to get people to see what you're doing, you can like put some, an eyeball in it, right? And you might want that eyeball to be background white. And then you might want to put a little, whoop, I want white, but I want to outline to be blue. And then I might make a second oval, right? And shrink that up a little bit and make it black.
It does look like a monkey. It does not look like a monkey. It does not look like a monkey. Wow. It totally looks like a monkey. I thought the other side would be
Okay. Are we looking at it this way with the nose, or are we looking at it the person screaming, or could it be both?
Screaming never went back here. I see.
Yeah, you could do both, right? I mean, the eyeball could be the screaming person over here, and this could be the nose of an old man.
Oh, I can see both of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He has a really big nose with like a really weird.
But guess what I'm going to do, you guys? I'm going to
Shrink it.
copy it, right? And then I'm going to change. I'm going to change the color.
Looks like mine. It's two people.
Oh, I didn't get the color to change.
Screaming children.
Okay, so for some reason I'm not able to change the color. What am I?
Oh, it's not grouped.
It is grouped.
Not all of it.
I didn't want the eyeball to change. Let me pause it. Okay, I changed the color, so I'm going to group the eyeballs. and the brown.
And the nose.
I think I got it all. Oops. I missed one piece, so I have to do that again. Just add another grouping in. You always want to check to make sure you have it all. And then we have to group this one.
It's gonna be funny. He's gonna be like eating his nose.
Okay. Oh, you guys, let me piece it together. I thought maybe I'll just give you the quiz back on Monday. And if you want to stay and look at it, you can. But now I'm going to copy and paste it together. He's eating. And then
they're eating each other.
So you want to make sure you're a little more accurate. Do you see how it's not quite perfect? You really want to try to get it nice and neat.
How would you do the bottom though?
Oh, I'll show you. It'll fit. Let me get one more in here.
That did not work.
Oh, well. Just remember you want to practice going off the page. So you just slide them off the page.
That was good. I wonder why they're so good.
And then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to group this whole row, right?
Whoa.
Oh, I made a mistake, so I just start again. So I'm going to group the whole row. And then I'll get rid of this guy, because now I can just...
Now they're sucking on each other's heads.
Paste them in. And then... So it doesn't matter, because look, I could take a whole row and push it off the page until it's in the right spot.
That's so cool.
But if I need blue, do you see what I need? Then I need to then,
Overlap the brown with the...
or yeah, you could, I would recommend not overlapping. I would just ungroup one of these and just get one that has a blue end and a brown end. But that's the general idea. So if you ungroup, look at, I can ungroup, get rid of this poor fellow, and regroup.
Well, good thing for him. At least he's not getting eaten. Thank you, this has been fun.
Good. Okay, so that's all we have time for.
That was awesome.